Make Nigeria Great, Part 2. In Part 1, Make Nigeria Great Part 1, I talk about revisiting Nigerian Constitution. Because this Constitution was actually forced on Nigeria by military. So Nigerians need to sit round table and talk about Nigerian Constitution for things to work in Nigeria. But in this Part 2, Make Nigeria Great Part 2, in this very Part 2, for Nigeria to work, we need to go back to regional system. You see this regional system? Let's go back to the regional system. During the regional system in Nigeria, every region was fast developing. People do things. People are using what they are producing to help their area. What they are producing is the revenue from their side. That is what they are using to develop that area as of that time. But today, it wasn't so any longer. Everybody just want to die for oil. This crude oil, that is what everybody just concentrates. And today, Nigeria is mess. Nigeria is mess. Why? Because we are not longer exporting anything. We only focus on only this crude oil of a thing. Let us go back to regional system. You see, this regional is going to help. Because during this era, or during that period of regional system, you see the Western region, they based on cocoa and kola nuts. This is the source of their income. This is their revenue. And this is where they get the money that Awolowo used during the time he introduced the free education in Western region. You can imagine if it's today, there's no way it will be possible. Because if we are using the kind of system we are using today, that free education will not work in Western region. In Eastern region, they based on palm fruits. They deal on palm kernel, palm oil, and all that during the regional practice in Nigeria. Though they will say, and how are you talking about regional? Were you wearing bond then? Of course, we were wearing bond then. But we read the history. And that time, dollar was equivalent, or naira was equivalent to dollar. Even before we started using naira, when they were using pound sterling. So I know that it should be higher than dollar, unlike what is happening today. In the northern region, they make use of groundnuts. The groundnut is the source of their income. All these things they use to extract groundnut oil and all these things, they ship it to abroad and they use it to develop the northern region. But today, what are we seeing? They are now deceiving us today, telling us we are practicing federal system of government. In actual sense, true federalism is not what they are practicing in Nigeria. They just use that to cover up. So let them go back. If Nigeria want to be great, if Nigeria want to work, for Nigeria to work or for it to be great, let them go back to regional system. This is going to help Nigeria to work. Because if we keep on standing on this and using this crab mentality on Nigeria, nothing will work. Nothing will work. So let's stop this crab mentality. And the crab mentality in the sense that some people do not want to grow and they will not allow other people to grow. That is what is happening in Nigeria. and they tell you we are practicing federal system. The America you people are emulating, is that how they are running their own governments? The answer is no. So let us go back to regional system of government in Nigeria. Every area needs, we start developing their area by what they are getting. There's no any part of Nigeria that is not blessed. Every part of Nigeria is blessed. What we need is just to look inward. Instead of we concentrating only on the crude oil in Niger Delta, and we now forget other mineral resources that we have in the country, like gold, they have in Zamfara. Look at the stone in Kogi State, Ajakuta. All those things, we abandon it. Cocoa that they used to export in a larger quantity today, all those things today, they abandon it. Come to Southeast. Nobody is interested any longer in agriculture, in palm fruits. Nobody is interested on it again. But we read in history, the story about how I think the Malaysian, Indonesia, they came to Nigeria to collect these same palm fruits. And today, they are the higher exports of palm oil. I think it's time for us to go back to this regional system so that things can begin to work in Nigeria. The insecurity we are facing today is because everything concentrates on federal. Can imagine if there's an attack in Oyo State, for instance, the governor needs to collect permission from Abuja before police will act. And if the IG in Abuja says the police in Oyo State shouldn't do anything, there's nothing the governor can do. He's just a chief security of the state for mouths. He has no power over them. I'm just using Oyo State for example. Same thing to all the states. And that thing is wrong. So vesting all the power on the central have greatly damaged Nigeria, have made Nigeria not to work. Nigerian presidents can never see everywhere. Only you cannot work. Let them reduce the power at the central. You find out Nigeria begin to work. Nigeria is of diverse of culture, character, language, and all that. So no one president, I repeat, no one president can make Nigeria to be great, except they go back to this regional. When we go back to this regional system, you find out things will begin to work. People will begin to use the revenue they are getting from their side to begin to develop their side. And they will be giving some percentage to federal. You'll find out things will begin to work. Let us go back to the regional system if we want Nigeria to be great again. We don't play here. No be joke. No be joke. Let's think about it, Nigerians. Think about it.